We love hip hop.
It was a new thing that I seen recently on Kmoney. Yeah. I'll show y'all what I'm looking at on the screen. And a couple of things that popped off in this video. Salute to child support. Surprised the hell out of me. I'm not going to lie. Let me show y'all what I'm looking at on the screen here. Bada boom. Bada bing. Let's react.
The scene labeled the brothers as crash outs after
downtown core.
Do this shit so they can make music and so they can rap about it. No, brother, it's not like that, brother. We live what we rap about. What can I do?
Man approaching another man on River Street near Girard just before 1 o'clock Wednesday morning. Now, one of the men can be seen pulling out a gun and appears to pull the trigger, but the gun doesn't.
Salute to child support.
Baby girl, I wanna know the reason.
So there's a couple of things that stood out to me in this video. This is the video where they broke down every single thing about these guys from their childhood down to, they did a great job. Watch this.
Come on, y'all. Too bad to be true. Let's bust this too.
The story of Casper and K-Money's musical prowess begins with their father, Jeremy Robinson, aka Lyric J. As a member of the Toronto-based teenage hip-hop group, Too Bad to Be True, Lyric J experienced a decent level of success in the music industry at a very early age.
This nigga trying to get me a copyright.
Group released an album in 1993 titled One Track Mind, which won an award for Rap Recording of the Year at the 1994 Juno Awards.
That's when I started selling crack.
The group received significant airplay on the Canadian music network Much Music, but consistent with the commercial struggles faced by Canadian hip-hop at the time. They received almost no commercial radio.
I feel like busting out into the Roger Rabbit right now.
Airplay in Canada outside of the Toronto, Vancouver, and Montreal markets. And so, the group only lasted 5 years and disbanded by 1995. Fortunately for Lyric J, his musical capabilities would be passed on to his sons Casper, who was born the following year on March 4th, and K-Money, who was born 3 years later on September 15th. The Mohammed brothers spent their formative years in North America's first and oldest community housing project, Regent Park.
So I'm not going to go through the whole video and the history. I would advise that you guys go over to Child Support's channel. They do great work. They drop I would say like a video a month. But there was a couple of things. They used some content from our interview that we did with K-Money and Casper, and salute to them because they always credit us, right? They're not one of those guys who just use clips and just be willy-nilly with it.
Was out when 3 bullets were fired.
With K-Money's unique melodic style, had fans wanting more, so he delivered again a month later with the hit that. As the brothers started gaining traction, their success came with a price. Simply put, they were becoming name brands, meaning their ops were more likely to target them due to their high notoriety. Take a look.
Hold on, let me read this.
Simply put, they were becoming name brands.
Being a name brand is being popular in your hood. Most of the time, you would be a rapper or a big dealer. Being name brand basically means you're a target. Most commonly used in Toronto.
Meaning they're
let's use it in a sentence. Young ranks. If you're name brand, then you're paying the price. Rolex homie. Okay, these are lyrics from these guys, right? We pack name brands. That's some shit that they don't mention.
Ops were more likely to target them due to their high notoriety. Take a look at what unfolded during the spring of 2016, and you'll begin to understand what being a name brand in Toronto entailed.
I didn't even realize because I had the burner in the video.
That's Simba the tabby cat. He was the only one home last night.
Simba.
His owner was out when 3 bullets were fired into her front door. One of them striking Simba in the stomach.
Simba. How do you shoot the cat? Now you done pissed me off.
The cat was taken to a veterinary clinic for treatment, but I've just learned the cat did have to be euthanized.
On May 29th, 2016, Casper and kmoney's mother reported someone shot into her residence.
I'm serious. Like, listen, I'm not saying that human life and whatever, but like, come on, the cat ain't do nothing to nobody, dog.
Killing the family cat. This was just the latest of at least 5 shootings her home had to endure in recent years. She lived at the home with 5 of her children, not including Casper and kmoney. The brothers, who had lived there for years, moved in with their father after rocks were thrown at their home months prior to this recent shooting. A week and a half later,
these niggas wasn't even living there. Ugh. God damn. Jesus Christ. No heart.
On June 9th, Toronto police executed a search warrant at 150 Dan Leckie Way, believing Casper and kmoney were using the residence as a stash house. Inside the residence, officers found a firearm. Casper
Let's go for it.
was subsequently, despite starting the
This is Casper's glow up. This is where Casper started blowing up first.
with some going as far as dubbing it the year of Casper and kmoney. 2017
This is when Casper and kmoney were blowing up.
was a huge stepping stone for not just the brothers, but Toronto's music scene as a whole. Song after song, hit after hit, it appears the duo prioritized quality over quantity, and the numbers reflected it. But this doesn't mean they didn't experience any obstacles during one of their most successful years. Despite starting the year off strong by dropping the Queen Street West anthem, Casper was hit with legal trouble 2 months later. On April 22nd, a 911 call about a male with a gun was received. Although the description of this male included that he was white and was known as Jacob, which Casper is neither of the two. A witness who was later interviewed linked Casper running in the location of the shooting at the relevant time, and while in the company of a man by the name of Jacob Gonzalez, who was known to police. There was no follow-up to that particular investigation, but a little over a week later, on April 30th, Casper was stopped by police, who believed he was breaching a house arrest condition. Casper was released when police discovered the conditions were no longer valid.
What are you saying, Purple Gorillas? He said, need a fact check, though, if that's true, though. Listen, I don't know where this guy gets his information as far as child support. I'm talking about the YouTube channel. They do thorough information from what I've seen. But I've heard also people say that, nah, they don't got it correct. That's not right. They got this wrong. I don't know. All right. I just go, I sit back, watch the content. I enjoy the content, obviously, but I don't know where he gets his information and if his information is always 100% accurate. From what I can see, like the come up story from when these guys were kids, when they started doing the music, a lot of that stuff is that talking about. And even some of the beef that they're talking about, it was publicized, whether it's on Instagram or mostly on Instagram, to be honest.
A few weeks after that, Toronto police executed another search.
It's not like a lot of this information that he's getting with these guys back and forth with whoever they got beef with. Besides the people who passed away, that makes the mainstream news. But as far as the intricacies of who's beefing with who, a lot of that shit comes from the gram, Reddit. All right, so he might just be somebody who's good at aggregating information into one place, like Trapler Ross.
Warrant at the 150 Dan Leckie Way residence, still believing Casper and kmoney were using it as a stash house. Inside the residence, there was no sign of kmoney, but they did find Casper, his pregnant girlfriend, 4 cell phones, 5 digital scales, a .45 caliber semi-automatic firearm, and a large quantity of illegal drugs. The .45.
Why do they need 5 digital scales? Jesus Christ, that's overkill.
Caliber was found loaded inside a bedroom on a mattress in plain sight. Inside a closet of the bedroom was 116 grams of a bagged up substance, $860 in cash, 5 rounds of .40 caliber ammunition, and a 9mm round laying loose on the floor.
I'll tell you this, they don't care about any of this other stuff here. All this stuff here, the 860 in cash, the substance, the bagged up substances, the 116 grams, which is not that much, to be honest. About 3 ounces and a little bit more than 4 ounces. All right. So they had a 4 and a yeah.
And a 9mm.
But it's the 9mm with the .40 caliber ammunition and a millimeter rounds and all that loose on the floor. That's where they get you.
Millimeter round laying loose on the floor. When searching the kitchen, officers found nearly $900 worth of six.
Okay, again, all of this stuff nobody cares about in Canada. Obviously, you'll get your charges for it. But that's in Canada. You'll get not a slap on the wrist, but a considered slap on the wrist in consideration to when they find a burner. They find a burner, it's over. It's almost like the drugs don't exist. They're like, we found a gun, we got one, because guns are highly illegal over here in Canada. All right. If you got keys, I understand what you're saying. Old John Crow, depends. Yes. If you're sitting with a bunch, like they had a considerable amount of drugs in the house, I understand. But if you're sitting on keys, they're gonna be like, yo, what's up? Why do you have so much drugs? We're gonna try to slap an extra charge, an extra 2-3 years on it. But burner, mandatory 3.5 years in this bitch.
Grams of a white unknown powdery substance that was separated in 2 bags, and $1,000 worth of a morphine and fentanyl powder mixed substance.
Jesus Christ, that's a breakdown.
Representatives knocked on the front door of his mother's home and served her with papers, which were meant to be sent to him. The papers.
Oh, this is for the Burberry shit.
Casper's legal troubles didn't end there. A month after his latest interaction with Toronto police, he was sued by Burberry. According to the rapper, Burberry representatives knocked on the front door of his mother's home and served her with papers, which were meant to be sent to him. The papers stated the luxury British clothing brand was ready to sue Casper if he didn't take down the music video for his song, Burberry Closet. They thought the music video was used to mislead consumers into believing that he was sponsored by them. However, in reality, Casper recorded the music video in good faith as he genuinely enjoyed their line of clothing.
Actually, no, I was in jail at the time. I called my mom and she told me that.
Tap in, yo. We got that interview.
Some people from Burberry came to the crib or some shit and dropped off some papers about they're suing me or some shit. They're like, I have to remove the video or they're gonna bring me to court and this, that.
Cease and desist, basically.
Cease and desist, yeah. So I'm just like, what the fuck?
Fortunately,
and they use also, as far as his research and stuff, interviews. Casper's done a considerable amount of interviews. Kmoney's only done 1 interview up to date.
Even get the chance to.
But you know, these guys, when they do their research for these different pieces, it's a combination of Instagram, Reddit, and whatever interviews they did. So I'm going to
2017 didn't end the way Casper and Kmoney wanted to, but come spring of 2018, things only got worse when the Regent and Alexandra Park gang rivalry reached its boiling point.
Well, Toronto police are warning the public about 2 shootings in Regent Park this week. Now, police have released this surveillance footage. It shows 2 men approaching another man on River Street near Gerrard just before 1 o'clock Wednesday morning. Now, one of the men can be seen pulling out a gun and appears to pull the trigger, but the gun doesn't fire. The 2 suspects then walk away. The second incident occurred just minutes later. Now, police say a 42-year-old man was standing near a corner store on River Street when he was approached by the same men. The suspects pull out guns and then chase him into the lobby of an apartment building on Oak Street.
These niggas was wilding. Wiling.
Well, so far, Toronto police as well as the forensic investigation team remain here on scene. Right behind me is where the shots were fired about 4 hours ago. It happened just after 4 p.m. at Atkinson Housing Co-op at...
As per Toronto police, Atkinson Co-op was the target of constant gun violence throughout the month of May. This latest incident, however, set off Casper and Kmoney, who decided to retaliate. On May 28th, they gathered 2 noted Menace Gang members, Shaquem Anderson and Harlem Baldwin. Love hip hop.
Okay, so they went through a bunch of different things, and then it all accumulated to this moment here.
Your seat, while Kmoney and RK sat in the back.
Atkinson Housing Co-op at...
As per Toronto police, Atkinson Co-op was the target. Your seat, while Harlem Baldwin, better known by his rap name RK, and hopped into a rental car and drove to Regent Park where they believed their ops would be. Shaquem was the driver. Casper sat in the front passenger seat, while K-Money and RK sat in the back, both armed with firearms. The men arrived at Regent Park, specifically the corner of Parliament and Dundas Street, at around 2:40 p.m.
The music in the
streets were
background
full
is
of
crazy.
pedestrians at the time, but that clearly didn't deter Menace Gang from running down on their ops. Coincidentally, a plainclothes officer investigating gun violence in Regent Park witnessed the 4 men in the vehicle wearing disguises and put out a radio call asking his colleagues to watch for them. Moments later, he witnessed RK and K-Money exit the car holding handguns, and K-Money discharge his gun, causing people to run for cover. Both men jumped back in the vehicle and they took off, with cops tracking it to the nearby intersection of Sherborne and Shooter Street.
Police nigga running into the freaking whatever closest establishment he can find. Jesus Christ.
Surrounded the vehicle, but as officers swooped in to make the arrests, Shaquem threw the vehicle into reverse and crashed into a patrol car and a uniformed officer.
Oh, that's the
what
actual
followed
surveillance
was a frantic
video
pursuit that saw Shaquem speed away, fly through red lights, drive into oncoming traffic and sidewalks filled with pedestrians.
Yo, this nigga is doing some digging, because I've never seen this surveillance footage before.
The chase ended when he crashed into several garbage cans at the corner of Dundas and Mutual Street. The vehicle was too badly damaged to keep going, so everyone fled on foot, leaving their weapons behind. RK was the first to be captured, but seconds later a patrol car's dashcam caught the moment Casper and K-Money ran through a co-op unit on 88 Mutual Street, where officers
I know that building
were waiting for them on the other end. Realizing there was no escape, the brothers surrendered. Shaquem was the last to be taken down. CCTV caught him jumping over a fence and into an active construction pit. He was eventually found and captured by police, officially marking the end of the chase. The 4 men were taken to 51 Division headquarters and hit with a combined total of 97 charges.
Jesus.
They appeared at their first hearing on June 20th. First
now here, wait for it. This is the part that shocked the hell out of me.
up was Shaquem.
Besides all of this other stuff.
By the grace of God, he was granted bail, but after the Crown successfully submitted an appeal to have his bail revoked, he was back in jail a month later on July 13th. Then came the brothers. Their trial took nearly 3 months before a judge came with the final verdict. This was because the Crown presented nearly 40 pages worth of questionable evidence attempting to convince the judge Casper and K-Money were gang members and the shooting was gang-related. At one point, a veteran detective on the force tried to submit music lyrics as aggravating factors because when Casper was
they always try to use the lyrics.
Captured, he asked his arresting officer to, quote, tell the Toronto Star that Toronto rappers Casper and K-Money were caught and that we never did it, but wanted the clout so we could drop a banger, which in fact was released.
That's, I don't know where they got that information, but that's crazy. That's what he told the police. I don't think that's true. That can't be true.
The day after their arrest, the detective then proceeded to dissect the lyrics to the following song as well as K-Money's hit record, Come Outside. Things only got stranger when the detective presented the judge with an Urban Dictionary definition of Menace Gang, in which it describes Casper as, quote, a sexy-ass man in Menace Gang.
Oof. See, this is why these guys shouldn't be trying to present lyrics in court, because they don't even know Wagwan. They can't decipher lyrics, and they don't know street slang. All right, so just don't even bother. Don't bother using art in court.
Trial then concluded with a summary of an interview Casper and K-Money conducted with media network We Love Hip Hop, in which they were quoted saying, "We rap what we live." In the end,
this is how I know the courts be reaching. Come on, dog. Come on, dog. The defendant said, okay, in an interview with We Love Hip Hop, the defendant said that the raps that he raps about, that what he raps about represents his reality. They're going to really try to use that. I keep it real in my raps. That has to be the stupidest shit I ever heard in my life. I don't even know why would they bring this shit up in court. Ugh. These niggas is reaching. I don't understand how they even convicted these niggas for so long.
And in a loud,
That's a
clear voice, play along with us.
super reach. Reach-a-rama.
I don't want to use the word different, you know what I mean? But it's like, it's a different way of
Also.
Yeah. Queen Street West. Singing your music.
Even before that, dog, this guy had a track in like 2015, All About Me. Search that one up. That one's crazy.
Okay.
Man, that was Dope Boy.
This is before Dope Boy.
Yo, follow. Before that track, it was more. You have the Hardest G's.
Okay.
The Sam G's. And
shout out Sam G.
Shout out Sam G, you know what I'm saying? All
Keep it hush.
Yeah, but put out like a recap video the next day, everything was mad. And then right after that, that's when the door started opening up. You know those ones? And
yeah.
I guess everyone started realizing like, yo, these guys are doing shows
Taking
now.
notes.
Yeah. Like, you know, like let's book them. You know those ones? So boom, me and my bro, like since then did like 3 or 4 performances, shows, whatever.
Yeah, we've been seen on Instagram a lot.
Yeah, the last one.
My bad for the audio, gang. I maybe it's just me, just the air noise in the background. That's just driving me crazy because I could do so much better now. But this is back in the days. This is 2018.
Like popular, you know?
Yeah, like you thought I was average and shit. You know those ones? Like,
Yeah.
What's wrong with that guy?
He waved you off.
Yeah, fam, he waved me up, but he's in the video, dabs me up, everything, but he's trying to claim he doesn't know.
Wow.
He didn't know we were shooting a video. I never asked the store
For permission.
this, that. But you can see me clearly in there. He's dapping me up. He's giving me my shoes. I'm trying them on.
This is for the Burberry thing he's breaking down.
I'm at the cash register. He's there smiling. Like, I hope that guy gets fired.
This guy's backpedaling.
Yeah, you know? And then, so recently now, actually, no, I was in jail at the time. I called my mom, and she told me that some people from Burberry came to the crib or some shit.
Wow. I'm just realizing now. Salute to you, Danny P. I'm just realizing now that child support pretty much got a lot of the information for his piece from the interview as well.
Fucking whatever, I touched Rose. I ended up going back to jail for a breach. And then when I came back out now, like just recently, these guys, boom, these guys come and they fucking serve me some next papers again. Like, yo, you have until this day or boom, boom. We're bringing you the
last question I want to ask y'all. Okay. Project. When can we expect a project from y'all, man? Like, I want like a full length project.
It's gonna be a mod thing. You already know what it is. It's the Toronto Migos right here. You feel me? Yeah. They're not ready for that shit. What I'm telling you, Toronto, they're not ready for a Toronto Migos. Like, but we're not the Migos. We're us. Obviously.
You do your own thing, but
shout out the Migos. But shout out the Migos. Dude, Ice Trading gang. Facts.
Fuck. Okay.
Yeah, you're not ready.
Okay, so
this has been empty for the last 6 months. What's
then they're gonna try to take you down.
Like Meek Mills, look at Meek.
Take it down because we need that. They need that. They need that. They need you. They want you bagged. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, this like
you can't do nothing, fam. But I'm just gonna keep attacking you.
That's the opera. Yep.
Always.
You know what I'm thinking now when I'm looking back at this video, just going down memory lane. And big salute to PK Herc. You know what I'm saying? That's my brother right there. He just celebrated a birthday not too long ago. The police must have really, really, really watched this interview over and over and over again for them to just get that one line out saying we rap what we live, or whatever the quote unquote line that these guys are saying that they got from the interview. They must have been digging
running in the
deep inside of this content to find that. Because it's one line these niggas try to use from the interview. but the interview that they watched how many times? That's sick. This is how you know the police had a personal vendetta against these niggas. And don't get me wrong. I know that people, they out there doing their thing, thugging and bugging. You know, we can't make no excuse for these niggas. But Jesus Christ, it's like the boy them were waiting for these niggas to slip. Because they must have had to watch this interview probably like 30 times. Because there's nothing else in the interview that says, oh, we out here being gangsters. We didn't even have like a proper script like that. We just chopped it up. We asked them about their upbringing. We saw a couple of other things that were in the blogs with the whole Burberry thing at the time. To be honest, this was a K-Money interview. Right? Casper is doing most of the talking in the interview, but it is a K-Money interview. And these niggas reached the super reaching violation to try to say, oh, yeah. You said in this interview right here, you live what you rap. So does all the rappers. All the rappers keep it real. Even when we ain't. And I'll put we in the equation, even though I'm retired. I'm retired. However, I never stabbed anybody in the head with a butter knife. Sounds hot. But I ain't do it. I'm innocent. Right? Salute to Anything But Norm. Thanks for the donation. Yeah, I never had 10 keys in the crib. But it sounds hot. And then niggas ask me, yo, I keep it real. It's part of being a rapper. I keep it real. Doesn't mean you're keeping it completely real. Rappers lie. It's part of the allure. I won't even say rappers lie. We embellish. You can see from what they busted in the crib, in the bust before. They went through a laundry list of things that they found in the crib. However, they didn't find anything that sounded like these niggas were some kingpins. You know what I'm saying? This wasn't no kingpin amount of weight that these niggas had in the crib. But when they rap, these niggas are going to say, yo, we have all of the work. All of the fiends is dancing to our shit. In the other way. But niggas don't be meeting it literally. I understand drill rap has made things where things are a little bit more literal or people are taking things a little bit more literally. But these guys are kind of from before that time bleeding into the drill rap time. And yes, they have ops. They talk about their ops on songs and all that. But come the fuck on, bro. You guys are really, really reaching. They said we'll keep, you know, in an interview with We Love Hip Hop, the defendant said that what he raps about represents his reality. Yo, the stenographer must have been rolling their eyes when this shit was going down. Like, for real? You want me to type that? Represents his reality. God. And then they're like, guilty. What? I would be pissed if I was them at the time, bro. And don't get me wrong. I speak with these gentlemen. We're all cool because they obviously know that the interview didn't sink them or their rap lyrics didn't sink them. They be reaching when it comes to this shit. Don't get me wrong. A lot of niggas talk a lot of shit in their raps. But bringing it up in court is just a slippery slope. And then I see what y'all are doing here, fam. Oh, it's just nasty work. Ugh. Trying to scare niggas away from interviews. Niggas don't come to interviews to come rat on themselves, B. That'd be stupid. I've never had one person come in an interview and just sit there and be like, oh, and then I caught this body, then I caught that body, and then, you know, I'm currently selling drugs, and da-da-da. Nobody does that in my interviews. That's just this. Nobody's doing that. That's just it's just brainless things for somebody to come and sit in an interview and be like, this is what I'm currently doing, and tomorrow I'm gonna shoot Ray Ray. So don't even bother try to bring up interviews when it comes to these types of things, man. It's just nasty, nasty work, yo. Disgusting. Big salute to child support. Great video. Like I said, tap in. I'm not even subscribed. Shit. I just subscribed right now. This is how good their SEO is. Every time they drop a video, I see the shit pop up in my suggested videos over here. And I wasn't even subscribed to them. So y'all go subscribe to them too, yo. And hit the subscribe over here. And hit the like. I got one more. Uno más. And then we'll touch the roads.
We love hip hop.